Hello everyone, this is Untitled, welcome to another mod overview, this time on Controllable, a mod that adds the ability for you to use a controller in Java Edition. Now obviously this isn't new, obviously with MCGamepad or Joypad this has been possible, but in terms of 1.12 onwards, there hasn't really been many mods that have done it, as far as I know. So yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to cover. At the moment, it adds Bedrock-like controls, easy inventory management, there'll be a mapping system eventually, and a config and a bunch of other bits and pieces. There is an API for other developers to use this with their own mods. Supported controllers, pretty much PS4, Xbox Ones. Otherwise, I'm going to be using a 360 controller for this, and it sort of operates pretty much similar to, I guess, a PS3, PS4 type controller. With X input, which I'll show in controls here. See the controller button, and it's got X input controller. So, yeah. Other than that, there's a bunch of different things related to developers if they want to take advantage of it. And yeah, so let's get into it. Other than the button and the otherwise of possible controllers we can select, you can see the buttons displayed on the screen. Obviously if I do a bunch of other bits and pieces, it'll switch it back to regular PC. Otherwise, if I use the controller, it'll update it to show the possible actions I can use. So obviously it's showing PlayStation type controls, but I'll be specifying both just in case. So we've got triangle or Y for inventory. We use our left and right stick obviously to navigate the mouse cursor. You can't use the D-pad to navigate the menus, which I used to use a lot on the console version. As well as obviously closing the inventory with Y or triangle. You can break or attack things with R2 or the right trigger. We've got the left for obviously if we happen to get a shield and other things here. And also change that a bit. So we can guard obviously, and attack things. We can also apply the shield easily with the other slot. So with using X or square to pretty much swap it in and out. We can use both easily if we wish. Other than that, you can select things in creative with the right analog stick. So if you want the middle click option, you've got the right stick or the right stick pressed in, sorry, or 3. You can continue building or breaking or whatever. Other than that, you can access inventories and otherwise the same way you would typically with the left trigger or L2. And also doing otherwise with it. Interesting. Okay, left trigger is apparently having me break it whilst in the other. Interesting. That's weird. That's not supposed to happen while in the inventory. This is because the last action I did, I think. No, it's just doing the exact opposite reaction with the exact opposite controls. Good to know. Other than that, in terms of inventories, you can pretty much just use circle or B to quick move things. In creative, it'll get you a stack, which I'll do real quick. So I can select any of the tabs, but I can't use the scroll bar. If I wanted to get some items, I can get a stack of it easily with circle or B for the quick move. And if I want to do some others with the existing item blocks I have, obviously I can use square or X to halve it, and halve it again. And then just to place things normally, it'll be X or cross, whatever you want to call it, and A. Just simply place it in certain locations. Besides the other for quick moving. And as far as I know, I think that's about it. You've got the LB and RB, or L1 and R1 to go to either side of the hotbar. back and start, or selecting, share and options or whatever, they changed it to every so often, don't really do anything. There is the Xbox button, which I can get the game DVR for, which I don't need. Pressing in on the left stick has it so that you sneak. Pressing up on the D-pad has it so that you switch perspectives, like F5. Creative, already covered, and dropping items is down on the D-pad. Other than that, I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Other than that, you can just obviously do things in other inventories that you typically would in the game to put them in the right slot. If it allows for it, you typically would be able to. I'm assuming any others that require certain other inputs aren't likely supported, so I can't just easily put that in the inventory. I don't know if you can do that with the shift and otherwise. No, I can't do that anyways, so that's fine. So yeah, certain stuff you'd have to drag, obviously, but others you should be able to, as long as the inventory doesn't have anything too awkward about it, or certain other interactions aren't possible, then yeah, you most likely won't be able to. But common actions will be most likely supported in inventories and attacking and interacting with things. So yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna show something quick. Now, there is a preferences config that basically just shows for the controller related stuff, similar to how it did in game. So if you want a config for it, you can. Other than that though, let's put that down real quick, scale this. There is obviously a mappings folder. Obviously it's not used yet, and it's just empty, but that's probably where I'm assuming either third-party ones will be, third-party mod related stuff will be, or other ones that possible to add when it's available for players rather than just the API for developers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that covers everything that I can think of in terms of inputs for things on the controller. In terms of inventory or just basic gameplay functions, left and right on the D-pad don't do anything. That's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye. Actually, one thing before I forget is there is a 1.14.4 download. There used to be one on CurseForge, but there isn't anymore, and the changelog for what you could do with it, with some of its additional features that could happen, aren't there anymore. But there is one for 1.14.4 here. I wasn't able to get it working, even with very few mods and just it and JEI, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I'd say give it a go and take advantage of some of the new benefits it has. But I can't cover it much because I didn't get it working, so sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for watching.